Even Biden's people were getting in on the hoax.
The president has been very vocal with press all the time. I think in August, he spent 26 days doing public events or talking to press. So to go down for 6 days and just have a slew of true social posts that are very chaotic and people can't follow all of them, it's very concerning. There could be actually something wrong. The problem is we don't know and they're not being transparent.
That woman worked for Biden. She was the one who dressed up as the Easter Bunny and yanked him away from reporters. That woman. These people thought Trump was dead and Biden was alive. And it's not like Trump wasn't seen. He was seen going to golf every day. Biden went days without being seen. They never asked if he was alive. And we speculated a lot about Biden's health, a lot. But we never thought Joe Biden was dead. And we never wished he croaked in the Oval. But Tampon was downright giddy thinking about it.
You get up in the morning and you doom scroll through things, and although I will say this, the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. There will be news sometime, just so you know, there will be news.
Timmy's scrolling through his phone, hoping to see news the president's dead? We wished Biden was alive, and they wished Trump was dead. People were texting reporters asking if the president had passed away.
A whole lot of people on the internet convinced themselves that the president of the United States, Donald Trump, was in fact dead. It was everywhere. People I am friends with but aren't into politics were texting me asking if Trump had died. Just to be clear, let's get the good stuff in here. No, Donald Trump is not dead.
How did that rumor spread with Trump, but not with Biden? Democrats were convinced. Over the weekend, there was a video going around of someone throwing stuff out of the White House window, and they said, see, contractors can't work at the White House while the president's there. He must be 6 feet under. Trump hadn't even heard about it. Our very own stupid son of a bitch, Peter Doocy, had to show it to him on the phone. Trump called the video AI.
So that's a fake video?
Well, it's got to be, because I know every window up there. In fact, my wife was complaining about it the other day. She said, love to have a little fresh air come in, but you can't. They're bulletproof.
So the White House says the video is real. So that must not be Trump. Has to be a body double. Well, someone was doing interviews over the weekend and posting all night. Quote, 3 days ago, while admiring the stonework, I happened to notice a huge gash in the limestone. It was deep and nasty. Lo and behold, because of the fact that we've installed the finest security equipment anywhere, they brought back the stupid people with their boss watching in sunglasses. It was a subcontractor that was installing heavy landscaping on a steel cart that was broken and tilting badly, with it rubbing hard against the soft, beautiful stone. Something like this should never happen. So Trump fired the contractor and banned them from the White House. So Trump did an interview, golfed, and fired people over Labor Day. He's very much alive. Joe Biden, barely there. Let me give you an example. Trump's replacing Biden's presidential portrait at the White House with a portrait of the auto pen. That pen worked harder than Biden ever did, so it should be honored. Meanwhile, Trump doesn't stop. White House sources says he seems to wake up and say, what else needs to be improved? Every day it's something new. He's very focused on America's 250th birthday and cares a lot about making the city's fountains operational again. He cares a lot about the fountains, quote unquote. Trump's not dead. He's bringing America back to life. And water is life. Even Fetterman says the president has good taste.
The plans are going to be done in a tasteful and historical kind of a way. I mean, they're not putting in a Dave and Buster's kind of a situation here. So I think upgrading some of these facilities seems pretty normal.
The only renovation Biden did was to the White House Situation Room. And when they found the cocaine, they blamed one of the workers. But they never fired the workers, did they? Trump worked so hard they thought he was dead when he took a long weekend off. And I'm glad he did, because the fall is going to be a frenzy. On October 1st, government shutdown deadline. Putin-Zelensky summit, maybe. The battle over the Federal Reserve, RFK Jr. hearings. The National Guard probably going to Chicago. Maybe a war with the cartels. More on that later. Maxine Waters, no relation, wants to stage a coup because the president isn't sleepy.
It is time to call for Article 25 of the Constitution of the United States of America to determine his unfitness, to determine that something's wrong with this president.
Trump is bringing so much change to Washington, they think something's wrong with them. Presidents usually just preside, they don't govern. And do Democrats have a plan to take on a man of action?
You know, you had a lot of online influencers who were jumping on this, grifting basically, trying to make a quick buck. You had other people pushing these ideas for political reasons, promoting the idea that Trump was weak or frail and may not be with us for very much longer. It seemed to me that there are some liberals who have just given up on challenging Trump and are waiting for him to die.
So the left strategy boils down to this. They hope Trump dies. They did try to kill him or have him die in prison. Now they're just hoping for natural causes. Meanwhile, Trump's spending every second of the day thinking, how can I make Chicago safer? How can I make the nation richer? How can I make D.C. more beautiful? And the Democrats are like, did he die yet? They're really not part of making America great again. They could be. They could build big, beautiful things, make college cheaper, force too-late Jerome to cut rates. They're just angry. And anger is okay, but you have to channel anger towards something fruitful. So far, all we've seen is nuts.
I want to say to all of them, every genocide enabler, look at this room's mother. We ain't going anywhere.
We're also hearing a lot of funky accents.
Baby, because these people, they are crazy, because they always talk about how Christian they is. Yeah, I don't know how many of them on that side are getting divorced because they getting caught up sleeping with their co-workers, staffers, interns, all the things. Yeah, you ain't got to believe me. Just go Google. You'll find some of it. I'm telling you, and the wives is being messy and petty. They putting it in the divorce. I'm like, ooh, that's got to be true.
Greasy Gavin's out there jocking Trump style. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But why doesn't Gavin imitate his policies? What Democrats really want is a dictator. Their dictator.
I would like a progressive Trump.
Oh,
I would like somebody who used the executive pen to say, you know what, we're going to make D.C. a state.
Yeah.
We're going to make Puerto Rico a state.
Yeah.
We're going to abolish the Electoral College.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to enshrine protections for women in the Constitution.
Yeah.
We're going to roll back because the very
We're going to add more judges on the Supreme Court.
Exactly.
So Democrats don't care about small d democracy. They want a big D dictator. The next election is going to be about who's the bigger dictator. Right now, they're just mad that ours is alive. But in 28, they're going to put up someone who promises they'll add D.C. and Puerto Rico, pack the court, kill the Electoral College, and arrest Trump again. Republicans better say how they're going to use their power to better serve the people and go even further than Trump has. Because the auto pen is not mightier than the sword. Click here.